shopping small is making a big difference in Heflin this holiday season.
Some dry, cold nights ahead across East Alabama, but rain returns by the weekend. We'll have the complete forecast details for all of East Alabama coming up.
Coming up in sports, we have all the basketball scores from last night in East Alabama. We also preview all of the basketball slate for tonight, and we also talk wrestling, 3 duels that consist of teams in East Alabama. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Merchants in downtown Heflin say they're seeing an increase in holiday sales this year, and they're giving credit to the town's push to keep shoppers thinking locally when it comes to buying presents. Tammy Perry, the head of Heflin's Main Street program, says her group's efforts are paying off for the entire community.
Shopping local means everything to a small community, especially Heflin Main Street, and it just rolls out into the whole county when people shop local. It's such a main contributor to everything we do in the city of Heflin, how our city management runs, our city government runs, our public safety, our school systems. It means everything. And when people realize that, you know, the small businesses here are the ones that give the donations. They're the ones that give back. They're the ones that keep our extracurricular activities rolling. And churches, they work very closely with the churches.
Several Heflin merchants told East Alabama News that they are seeing more holiday traffic this year, and that's translating into robust Christmas sales. Ashley Cochran, the owner of Cochran and Company, talks about what this means for her business and those surrounding it.
It affects our community because it always turns around and goes back to the people who really run this town. It goes from everyone who is all the way down to the low income, all the way up to the highest income. We like to try to give back as much as we can as far as like supporting the schools and the students. And
Cochran says this is the second year her business has been a downtown Heflin business, and she believes she knows why more people are coming through the door this year.
Compared to last year, this has for sure been way more than last year, Christmas shopping. But I feel like our location being in town has helped that a lot. For the cookie crawl, we had a ton of people come in because we brought Santa. Santa came and saw all the kids and got all their wish list and made sure everybody was on the nice list. And we had a lot of good turnout for that event.
DJ Eves, owner of Rainouts, also says his business is attracting a good number of customers for this Christmas season, and that gives a big boost to Heflin's economy.
It just means that you're gonna keep your money in the town, and if you keep the money in the town, then your town can prosper and grow. If you can do that, then you don't have to go. Your town can be self-sufficient. So that'll be, and that's what every town's looking for. You can't get overrun by the big cities, and let the small towns stay small and grow at the same time.
When we come back, we'll find out about another event designed to bring more holiday cheer to downtown Heflin.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Heflin's annual Parade of Lights gets underway at 6 Saturday evening, and officials are expecting another big crowd for the popular event. Tammy Perry of Main Street Heflin says the sidewalks of Ross Street are always crowded for this event.
One thing that small communities do big are parades. Everyone loves a big parade. And I don't know where people come from, but when we say parade, they're here. And we have people reaching out as early as August and September to find out when our parade is, so they can get that on their calendar. And people just come and participate. And so I strongly encourage you to come to Heflin this Saturday, and not just for the parade, but just to see all of our decorations and our lights and just feel the real sense of community.
A popular Jacksonville restaurant is remaining open in the face of significant challenges. Heirloom Taco, located in the yellow brick building just off the city square, announced on social media it'll be limiting hours of operation, menu items, and the number of staff in response to a seasonal slump. The restaurant says it will eliminate all staff and move forward as a family-only team. The restaurant will be open Tuesday through Thursday between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. The mom and pop shop has survived the COVID-19 pandemic and a fire since it opened for business 4 years ago.
When we return, this could be a noisy weekend for people living near the National Guard's Clark Range complex.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The Fort McClellan Army National Guard Training Center has issued a noise and training advisory for this weekend at the Clark Range Complex, formerly known as Pelham Range. The advisory will be in effect from Saturday night at 8 through 4 Sunday morning. During that time, multiple aircraft will fly around the Clark Range complex. In case of rain, the exercise will get pushed to Sunday night and early Monday morning. This advisory is due to regularly scheduled training exercises. Training times are subject to change based on environmental and other factors. Intermittent training noise may be heard in surrounding communities. Weather conditions such as overcast skies can increase noise and vibrations.
Alabama officials lifted burn restrictions across the state Monday, but Calhoun and Cleburne counties remain under a fuel advisory. That means extra safety precautions are required during burning because of abnormally dry conditions. State Forester Rick Oates says that the fall's drought has not ended completely, but changes in the weather patterns have moved the state out of critical fire danger and decreased the chance of significant wildfire activity. People living in the areas covered by the fuel advisory should exercise extreme caution when conducting any type of outdoor burning, never leaving any fire unattended until it is completely out.
Well, so the rain we just had didn't quite do the trick. I don't know if there's more in the forecast or if it's just going to get cold.
When you look at the map, there's just this one little area that we're in that's not quite out of the drought. So just be careful out there. But maybe there may be more rain coming up.
Well, let's check in with John Holder. John, tell us if more rain is in the forecast.
Mike and Katie, we're in another dry spell for the next few days. Our next chance of rain not until late in the day on Saturday. We will have all of the forecast details for East Alabama next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Our high temperature today just about where we should be for early December in Alabama, topping out at 60 degrees with plenty of sunshine, just a degree above our average. Our low this morning plummeting all the way to 29 degrees, well below the average for this time of year. Record high at 78, the record low 19 degrees. Sun rising tomorrow at 6:34 and the sunset again this afternoon at 4:35. Weather on your street. Your street tonight is West Park Drive out in Welborn. It's going to be breezy and cold tonight. We're dropping down to 36. Winds will be 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20, especially late tonight in the overnight hours. So if you're out and about this evening, it is going to feel colder than 36. We're going to be looking at wind chill values at times. That will be down around 30 degrees this evening. And those winds will be staying with us during the day tomorrow. We take out to Cane Creek Road in Weaver. It will be brisk and cool tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be 8 to 10 degrees cooler than today. Plenty of sunshine, but the high tomorrow only 52 degrees. And again, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. There will be gusts at times as high as 20. So it's going to feel even colder than that 52 on Wednesday. For the rest of the week, we are going to see a warming trend beginning. Gold Ridge Road in Ranburne and Cleburne County, you can expect plenty of sunshine for the rest of the work week. A warming trend begins on Thursday as we'll have temperatures getting back into the 60s, and we should stay in the 60s for the next several days, but there's some rainfall coming. You'll see that coming in our 7-day forecast. Temperatures after tomorrow will be rising 60 degrees again by Thursday. It looks like our best day weather-wise is going to be Friday. Plenty of sunshine, no rain in the forecast. After a cold morning at 36, we're rising to 64 on Friday afternoon. A beautiful December day coming up. I think most of the day on Saturday is going to be fine. It looks like we're going to hold off on the rain chances now. Our next system is going to hold off until late on Saturday afternoon. So most of the day Saturday, the sunshine you see will be during the day as far as the morning and the early to mid-afternoon hours. So if you've got Christmas shopping to do, something like that coming up on Saturday, do it early in the day, about a 50% chance of rain later on in the late afternoon hours. Warm, the high at 67. Then overnight, right now about a 90% chance of rain on Saturday night. Looks like a cold soaking rain coming Saturday night. That will last into the morning hours on Sunday. But again, like last Sunday, we expect sunshine by the afternoon and the rain should be out of here by around lunchtime. Temperatures falling back into the 50s by Sunday in the early part of next week, and more freezing temperatures coming the early part of next week as well. Taking a look at our next graphic here, kind of shows how things are going to be for the next several days. This is going to take you all the way into Friday, and you can see that big H sitting in North Georgia. Basically the entire United States, look at this, except for way out west and up in the northeast part around the Great Lakes is the whole rest of the country is dry. We got a number of areas of high pressure, and so we are going to stay dry. No rain in the forecast to give us relief from this drought until late Saturday afternoon. To be honest with you, probably going to be Saturday night before we get that widespread beneficial rainfall returning here to East Alabama. I will be back with you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for your breakfast forecast. It's going to be a cold one and a breezy one coming up tomorrow. And then we'll be back here tomorrow evening for EAM Local News with a complete look at the forecast for all of East Alabama. Right now, though, the cold weather bringing basketball and wrestling into the local sports spotlight. Namath Pitts has all the details next. Namath.
Thanks, John. The Welch's brothers powered Spring Garden boys past Weaver last night. Barksdale led Jacksonville boys past Gadsden City, and Cleburne County and Mumford won games against county teams. Let's take a look at all the scores from last night here in East Alabama. John Welch scored 21 points to lead Spring Garden boys to a 58-46 victory over Weaver yesterday. Spring Garden's other top performers were Jacob Welch with 18 points and Connor Bates with 7 points. Weaver's top performers were Harper Williams with 15 points, Caden Gooden with 12 points, he had 2 3-pointers, and DJ Marbury with 8 points. For Cleburne County, they faced off against Randolph County. The top performer for Cleburne County boys was Jacob Cavender with 10 points, who led Cleburne County past Randolph County 46-25. The other top performers for Cleburne County were Cade Schubert with 9 points and Kevin Bates with 9 points. Welborn boys continue to struggle as they made the trip to Mumford last night and fell short to the Lions 61-30. The top performers for Welborn were Ollie Boot with 9 points and Jackson Long with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Devin Barksdale piled on a game-high 17 points as Jacksonville's Golden Eagle boys grinded out a 51-48 win over Gadsden City yesterday. The Golden Eagles are now 5-1 and riding a 5-game win streak. Barksdale finished the night with a pair of 3-point baskets and added on 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Aaron Nixon led the Golden Eagles with 6 rebounds, adding on 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Monte Sinclair finished with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, while Jaquan Irvin had 7 points and a rebound as Jacksonville boys beat Gadsden City boys 51-48. The Jacksonville girls started with a 27-point first half, but scored just 9 points the rest of the game in what would be a 44-36 loss at Class 6A Gadsden City yesterday. With the loss, Jacksonville girls fall to 1-5 on the season, and the Golden Eagles made 6 3-pointers in the loss and held Gadsden City to just 1. The team also totaled 22 rebounds and 7 assists, but Gadsden City finished 18 for 27 in the paint as the Gadsden City Titans girls beat Jacksonville 44-36. There are 12 games tonight in basketball action that consist of teams in East Alabama. Let's take a look at all the matchups for tonight. Starting with Oxford, the Class 6A Yellow Jackets. All games are boys and girls, but the Oxford Yellow Jackets hit the road as they head down to Birmingham to face the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. This is Class 6A versus Class 7A as Coach Van Meter and the Oxford Yellow Jackets head to Hewitt-Trussville. Welborn boys, again, they've struggled a little bit. Well, they head tonight to face Coach Matt Glover and Coach Shane Morrow of the Piedmont Bulldogs. Walter Welborn's boys and girls are on the road tonight as they make the trip north of Jacksonville to Piedmont where they face the Bulldogs. For Fort Payne Wildcats, they've had a good season so far, and they come to Anniston to face the Bulldogs. And Coach Bullock's girls team really good. Anniston boys good. Going to be 2 good games. Coach Coker, former Plainview coach, making the trip as Fort Payne comes to Anniston. In Class 1A, the Donahoe Falcons go on the road to Gaston to face the Bulldogs. Donahoe still looking for some winning ways, and they get an opportunity tonight on the road at Gaston. The Faith Christian Lions, Coach Corey Hughes' team, is at home tonight as they face Alabama School for Deaf. As we inch closer to area play, Faith Christian has played one of the toughest non-area schedules across East Alabama, and tonight things look to get a little bit easier as they host Alabama School for Deaf. For Coach Chris Randall and the surging hot White Plains Wildcats, they host Coach Ginn and the Sachs Wildcats. Coach Sprayberry's White Plains girls also a lot of successes late. It's a battle of Wildcats tonight as the Sachs Wildcats make the trip to White Plains. For the Ohatchee Indians, Coach Kyle Wilson's team looking to bounce off of their loss from against Alexandria. Well, they get a chance tonight at home when the Glencoe Yellow Jackets make the trip to Ohatchee. So the Indians are at home tonight facing off against the Glencoe Yellow Jackets. This is a rematch from a game earlier this season. Cleburne County, the Tigers, go on the road to Weaver Bearcats. Coach Bo Wynn's team still looking for more success rather than loss as they look to get a clean game foul-wise. Weaver's been in foul trouble a lot, but they host Cleburne County tonight in a rematch. Cleburne County took the first one. Then it's Alexandria, the Valley Cubs, who are off to an impressive undefeated start. They host Sardis tonight, who makes the trip south a little bit, not too far, but a good little drive. As Sardis, the Lions, come on the road tonight to face the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Again, this game is at Alexandria. This one is Spring Garden and Jacksonville Christian Thunder. Coach Tommy Miller's team looking to have a very competitive game with Spring Garden. For the girls, obviously Ace Austin and Spring Garden Panthers will be favored big over JCA, but Jacksonville Christian Thunder at home tonight as Spring Garden comes to Jacksonville. This is a rematch from last night and a game before this season. This will be the third time these two teams have met this year, but it's the Raglan Purple Devils on the road at Pleasant Valley tonight. Coach Hood, Coach Muncher, both hosting Raglan Purple Devils at Pleasant Valley tonight. And the final game is the Ranburne Bulldogs facing off against a little bit of a rivalry, and that is Wadley. The Wadley Bulldogs as well are going to make the trip to Ranburne tonight. It's a battle of Bulldogs as Wadley faces off against Ranburne tonight at Ranburne. In wrestling action, Welborn was supposed to host a try tonight that featured the Weaver Bearcats and another really good team in Asheville, but instead a stomach virus has caused them to cancel. also caused me to work from home the past 2 days, but there are still other teams that are in action tonight when it comes to wrestling, so let's take a look at all the action for wrestling tonight. Let's start with Class 6A Oxford. Rusty Mayfield and the Oxford Yellow Jackets, who are fresh off winning the Lincoln Golden Bear Classic, will travel tonight to Brookwood for a quad. The quad at Brookwood will feature Oxford, Brookwood, Pinson Valley, and Shades Valley. The brother of Rusty Mayfield is Jake Mayfield, and tonight his Cleburne County Tigers are at home hosting a try. Jake Mayfield and the Cleburne County Tigers are undefeated so far this season, and tonight they host Ohatchee and Lincoln at Cleburne County. And the final wrestling action for today was actually earlier today, and it was the Sachs Wildcats who wrestled during school. They hosted an in-school duel at 2 p.m. against Coach Todd Manning and the White Plains Wildcats. That is all your wrestling action for today, and that is it for EA and Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. Just go to our video feed and watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.